New explosive revelations in the Dominion voting system's defamation lawsuit against Fox News. Text messages and emails showing Fox News hosts doubting former President Trump's stolen election claims, but feared backlash from its enormous conservative audience. Back in 2020, Fox hosts repeatedly claiming the election was rigged with Dominion voting systems at the helm, the hosts accusing the company of shifting votes blue. Marky Martin is live. Marky, the so-called proof stems from a person who really made a lot of bizarre claims.
Yeah, Nicole, so we've known about this Fox News lawsuit, but what we are newly learning is that the root of these conspiracy theories comes from this extremely bizarre memo that was forwarded to the cable news network. The author of this memo goes unnamed. She's been redacted from the lawsuit, but she claims that she talks to the wind. The wind calls her a ghost, and then she goes out to lay out these election fraud claims, which she herself calls, quote, pretty wackadoodle.
It started with a correct call for then Democratic nominee Joe Biden.
Fox News has already called Arizona. That's caused a lot of heartburn in the Republican Party. But I did check in with our decision desk earlier today, and they are not wavering.
Fox News, the first to project Biden's crucial Arizona victory. Pro-Trump viewers left in droves. Fox tumbling from first to third in network ratings between the election and Biden's inauguration. A damning 176-page lawsuit filed against the network by Dominion Voting Systems lays bare a panic at the network that it had alienated viewers by not lining up with President Trump's false claims he had won the 2020 presidential election.
We have so much evidence, I feel like it's coming in through a fire hose.
Fox News turned to pro-Trump attorney Sidney Powell at least a dozen times, who insisted the election was rigged. When pressed for evidence, Powell forwarded a memo titled Election Fraud Info to network anchor Maria Bartiromo.
Wow. So, Sidney, you feel that you will be able to prove this?
Within that memo, Dominion is accused of causing voting irregularities in a number of states, and that its software flipped votes from Trump to Biden. But who was Powell's source she and Fox place so much stock in? In the lawsuit, the sender is unnamed. The anonymous author writes this: "Who am I, and how do I know all of this? I've had the strangest dreams since I was a little girl. I was internally decapitated, and yet I live. The wind tells me I'm a ghost, but I don't believe it." She goes on to claim that late Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, who died of a heart attack, was instead purposefully killed during a week-long human hunting expedition. Also, that late Fox News chairman Roger Ailes and Fox Corporation founder Rupert Murdoch secretly huddle most days to determine how best to portray Mr. Trump as badly as possible. By the time she wrote the memo, Ailes had been dead for more than 3 years.
There's nothing illegal about saying crazy things or believing crazy things. But when it comes to sort of your journalistic responsibility and media, the responsibility is for the person who is on air and for the person that's putting them on air. And in this case, Sidney Powell was the one that amplified these bonkers theories as though they were legit. And of course, Fox News gave her the platform and didn't push back.
In a statement to NewsNation this afternoon, Fox News saying the core of this case remains about freedom of the press and freedom of speech, and that their hosts were reporting on newsworthy allegations, writing in part, quote, "Dominion has mischaracterized the record, cherry-picked the quotes stripped of key context, and spilled considerable ink on facts that are irrelevant under black-letter principles of defamation law."
But the legal case hinges on whether opinion can be defamatory.
Longtime former Fox News veteran Bill O'Reilly weighing in on the matter with Chris Cuomo.
Fox may not lose because you're going to have to show actual malice, and their lawyers are going to come in and say just what I said. The national television broadcasts are all opinion now.
Dominion now suing the cable news network for $1.6 billion, writing this: Dominion became the connective thread in a prefabricated election fraud story that needed a villain. Fox, the highest rated cable news channel in America, chose to legitimize, endorse, and broadcast these false claims into millions of American homes.
And Nichole, also important to note that several top executives, top hosts over at Fox News have since come out against Powell's narrative, adding that memo was nonsense and inherently unreliable. And just about 60 seconds before we went live with you here, we heard back from Dominion. Today, they say there is nothing new to report outside of their lawsuit. Nichole.
All right, Marky, thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.